Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So the last couple of videos that I've been doing, I'm just learning. So, and I'm, watching it back and trying to get used to talking to the camera and, where I am with everything and controlling the camera and all that good stuff. So yesterday I did the same video. However, it was an hour long and I chatted up a storm, and who wants to wait 45 minutes just to see some swatches of some colors. So I'm going to do that really quick for you today. And so that way there's a quick video, quick comparison for you to see. Also, I am going to tell you a little bit of the rewards on my Patreon, and then that'll be today's video. Actually, I'm going to do 3 videos today, so just so you have something to look forward to. I'm also going to swatch all 64 of my colors live, and then I'm also going to do a deco art haul unboxing. So you have those to look forward to. So I want to go ahead and get started real quick, because that way you guys get to see what you actually wanted to see and didn't have to wait to see it. All right, so here we are. I have a Winsor & Newton Ultramarine Violet. I have a Core Ultramarine Pink. Yep. Sorry, I have a Office Max Ultramarine Pink, or Office Max. There was an Office Max commercial on my phone just now, and so I had to shut it off because sometimes it goes off on its own, it gets touched or whatever, and then I'm whatever. All right, let's just start all over again. Okay, I said Winsor & Newton Ultramarine Violet, a Core Ultramarine Pink, Daniel Smith Amethyst Genuine, an M. Graham Cobalt Violet, and Sennelier Bright Red. And then what I did was I picked the matching colors to swap against them. So mine here is the Aquanut Ultramarine Violet, Aquanut Raspberry, Aquanut Blackberry, and Aquanut Cobalt Violet, and then the Aquanut French on Red. So I'm going to show you those really quick. I hope I'm close enough. I hope you guys can see this. And so I will get started by swatching out the name brands first. All right, so let's get started. Okay, yeah, yesterday I just went on and on and on about everything because, I'm a chatterbox, so that's what I do. But you know what? I'm learning along the way. I've made every excuse in the beginning why I couldn't do this, even though I was set up to do this for quite some time. I've been following the YouTube art community forever, just standing on the sidelines, watching everybody grow as artists, grow their businesses. And, it's time for me to do that. So I'm starting out by, introducing my watercolors and the concept that I chose to bring them to the public in. And I will talk with you about that as well. So I wanted to be able to have professional watercolors that were going to be affordable for everyone to have. And, as you know, more colors, more fun. That's just the way we are. Long time ago, I started making my own colors. And I liked when I got the attention for it, because everybody would be like, oh, well, where'd you get those? Where'd you get that color? Who makes it? I want to go pick it up. And you can't. It was mine. So it's just an exclusive amount of local artists that I was making watercolors for, and I never planned on going beyond that point. can you see? How come that looks blue on the screen? Wow, it's really purple in person. See, that's another thing that I keep on thinking, like, see, these are the things that I have to get used to. These are the things I have to figure out. How am I going to adjust it to be able to, you know, give you a truthful visual? Anyway, it looks blue, almost like this blue on the screen, and maybe there's some, I don't know, filter or whatever, but these are actually two very different colors. This is my Aquanut Blue Moon, and this is a Winsor Newton Ultramarine Violet, and it is very purple. Wow. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get to the, we'll get through that. I'll try to figure that out. I guess the only thing I can tell you is I'd like to see what mine are going to look like next. I wasn't paying attention yesterday when I did the same video, but like I said, I was chatting it up. But the whole reason I started to maybe bring my watercolors to public is because I love handmade watercolors. Love them. I believe that they're sought after. I believe that they're given a lot of care by the people that make them. Because I know I am very picky about mine, and I give mine a lot of care in making them. And, you know, I put most of my day and a lot of myself into them, and into having a good quality product. Now, the only thing about my watercolors right now is that I don't have light fast tests. They're in the window. I will be checking on them. I will be updating you on them, and I will have results for you in a couple of months, because it takes time. And spring is here, summer's coming, so it's going to get, you know, it's going to get enough sunlight to give me a realistic view of how they stand up against the light, so, or against the elements. All right, and I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna swatch out now mine Aquanut Ultramarine Violet. I'm gonna get the dot wet. But the reason I did it is because, yeah, you know, even handmade watercolors, because you put a lot into it, yeah, can get, I mean, pretty expensive. I would think more expensive than getting it from, and see, that one looks more purple. Mine looks more purple with that. Looks more blue, but it is seriously very purple. But I wanted to bring our good professional quality watercolors to everyone, literally everyone. I wanted everybody to be able to afford more color, okay? And I know that when I buy a tube of watercolor, am I going to use up that whole tube of watercolor in my lifetime? Probably not, because I have so many watercolors, but I'll get to that too. See, this is where I lose my kind of train of thought, because it's like I can't talk and do something at the same time. That's why yesterday's video ended up being an hour and something long. But I don't want this to be an hour and something long. I want you to be able to see it and move on with your day. But it's a big deal when I spend $15 a tube on a watercolor that is going to take me quite a long time to use. And what if I just want a small amount of that watercolor? Plus, when I'm at the store, I can't try the watercolor and then, you know, buy it. You got to buy it. You take it home. You try it. I have never returned a watercolor after I've opened it. You know, what are you supposed to do? Just lightly, just, oh, it's up, you know. I just don't do it. And plus, when I get it, because I'm a watercolor collector, hoarder, whatever you want to call it, I call it a collector. you know, I don't want to take it back. I don't want to take it back. I enjoy having them. But there are so many people you say, you know, they say, well, what kind of watercolors would you recommend? And da da da. Da. You know, you want to say, spend your money on a professional watercolor. Spend your money on some, some really good paper. Spend your money on one really good brush. But we don't say that because we want you to be able to use what you can afford. And that's where my issue lied. I wanted to give something to people that was affordable. So, dot cards, you could buy them. Even dot cards are expensive. Even handmade dot cards I see are expensive. Handmade dot cards I see on Etsy for like $9 for a dot card. Mind you, homemade watercolor dot cards have a lot more paint on them. And manufactured watercolor cards, they want you to buy the tube of paint. So they're not going to have, but they're going to let you get a taste of it. And basically that's what they get you. That's what they give you. And so I thought, okay, well, you know what? I want to figure out a way where I can save money and pass the money that I've saved onto consumers. So what I came up with are my watercolor dots. They're loose in there. They're just watercolor dots. Whoopsie. Here you go. They're just watercolor dots. Comes with a little swatch inside. Bags didn't cost me a lot of money. I don't have to buy pans anymore. I don't have to have any fancy packaging. It is all the little swatch cards. They're real swatch cards. So if you want to start collecting them and sticking them in a little book, you got them already there. Don't have to worry about it. And that's the real color. So that's what I'm beginning to sell. I don't have my store up yet. I don't. I will try to get that done. Hopefully by the end of this week. It's a lot of work and I'm a one-man band over here. But my dots, $2 a piece. $2 a piece. So even somebody who pays all their bills, gets the food for the house, makes sure kids are taken care of, has 20 bucks left over for themselves. Now they can go buy themselves 10 watercolors. 10 watercolors plus shipping and handling. And it's not expensive to ship, so the shipping and handling isn't outrageous. They're just small little packets of watercolor. With every one, you get a collector's tin. You get a collector's tin. I had these made. It holds 4 half pans. If you can get something else to put it in there. I mean, I've even tried like the little half of a half pan size Legos. Put some magnets on the bottom of it, stick it in. Now you can have about 6 colors in there. 6 colors, maybe. I think it's 1, 2, 3. No, I fit 8 of them. The little smaller ones, and that way they're like, it's a travel tin. That's really a compact, good travel tin, right? So, just an example what you could use, and let me quickly show you. Because, like I said, I'm too afraid I'm gonna make this video so long, but I'm really excited about my collectible tins. And every single month they're gonna be different, and so that's just something to look forward to. That you get the watercolor, but you do get a free tin with the purchase of 10 watercolors. So you don't get to just buy 1 watercolor. I'm absolutely sorry about that. Every 10 you buy, you get a free collector's tin. So that's how that's going to work. But you can just buy 1 watercolor at a time if you'd like. But I don't think it's breaking the bank to buy 10 watercolors. And that's the thing, that you get professional quality watercolors. and if you do, like, you get the dot. So I've been using dots, the dots for a while because I wanted to see how long it would take to use them up. Let me see if I got them right here. Where did I put them? Okay, there they are. My desk is a mess. Because that's what I'm good at, is making a mess. Okay, so these are the dots that I've been playing with. Obviously, they're dissolved, but when you get them, you know, I just been keeping them like this. But when you get your dots, obviously, you can just go get a little a palette at Walmart. They have them for like $3.97, and it has 12, you know, 12 little slots to, you know, squeeze out some watercolor in it, but you can just throw it out in there. Once you get them wet, they're going to stick there. So once it dries, they're going to stay like that, and they're not going to fall out or run into each other or do any of that stuff. But these I've already done 4 paintings with just these watercolor dots, and look at how much is still left. So if you get them, and if you adore that color and you love that dot, now you can decide to go back to, you know, back to my store, and you could buy a half pan or a full pan or whatever it is that I'm offering at that time. So, but right now I am only offering the dots and half pans. I cannot get that much product up quickly and have all that product in stock. I have 64 colors in stock of dots and half pans. And then I also offer tins. Okay, so I have the little small tins, which you're going to get free if you buy 10 watercolor dots. But then also I have larger half pans. Now these larger half pans are you're going to get these free if this one has 12 colors. If you buy 12 colors, dots, half pans, it doesn't matter. You get the tin free. I'm just showing you that that's what it holds, is 12 half pans. And then I have larger ones, and these, they don't have a flip lid. They have a pull off the top lid, but these hold 24 half pans, and I haven't even tried the full pans to see how many it holds in there, but I'm sure everybody would probably do it to what they want to use it for. So I have those 3 sizes of tins. Also, really, really quickly, I wanted to, I will also be offering on my site, just so you can see this really quickly, I do my watercolors, and then I do my watercolor, I seal it, and then I mount it on top of these cigar boxes. Now I leave the sides of the cigar boxes and the inside and everything raw like it is, because I like it that way. And then that way, when I see my picture on top, I actually know what's in that box, because I have a million of these boxes, and it started getting confusing to me when I'd have to open it up and look through every box to find what I was looking for. But now I just automatically know by the picture that's on it, and I like that. And you can stand it up, and it looks like a photo. When you stand it up, it stands up sturdy, and it doesn't like plop open and fly open. They're really nice and tight lids. And then nobody would even know what's inside of it. So it's a great storage and, mantelpiece all in one. You know what I'm saying? So those are going to be up there as well. There's going to be some that are already made with, there's going to be some that are already made and ready to go. If you want a custom one, you could definitely order a custom one, and you know, the price is going to vary with that. So, and you can always reach me by phone and email if there is something that you actually needed to discuss with me to be able to get exactly what you're looking for. If it's for a loved one, and and she really likes this and this and this and this, then that's something that I would discuss with you. I'm also mounting my watercolors also to these great ledgers and photo ledgers. So you know what a photo ledger is. And here is my photo ledger. I put some faux leather and some staining around it, and they are like a photo ledger. So, you can mount your, I keep it as a journal of all my fan artwork. So I like artwork that other people do. I duplicate it. It goes in my own album because I'm learning their techniques, and you can't learn their techniques until you try to duplicate exactly what they did. And obviously, you never sell anybody else's artwork. They are for your own reference and learning experience, and that's what you do. Okay, so anyway, so I'm gonna have those as well. In a few different sizes. Was there anything really quick that I wanted to go over before okay. Oh yeah, and one more thing. So I also make my own watercolor ground. My watercolor ground, if you spread it onto something that's like a nonstick sheet, once it dries, you can pull it up, and there you go. You could also spread it on any type of, like around a ceramic or a glass or a glass jar or whatever. Now, mind you that it is going to pop off of there easily, because once you form it on there, it's thick enough where it's not going to drip or anything like that. But once you form it on there and it dries, it will come up. But then you just use some Mod Podge or some matte medium, affix it to your thing, permanently, and there you have it. Now, mind you, if you do put it in a cup or something like that, it cannot go in a dishwasher. It's not going to last. This is just a watercolor ground, but you don't actually need to. You can mount it on anything that you like afterwards, after it comes up. But I like the fact that you can pull it up off of anything. So I will also have that. And if I forgot anything, I'll let you know in subsequent videos. So for right now, let's get back to what we were doing. So there was Winsor & Newton Ultramarine Violet. There was the Aquanut Ultramarine Violet, and I'm taking it right from the tubes. Mine, obviously, I don't extrude them into tubes. They come in these little jars, and I will be offering in the future in the little jars, since I'm not a huge factory that has the machinery to put them into tubes. But that way you could get, the same, tube texture, but in these little buckets. Those aren't going to be available just yet. I'll let you know when they are available. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Oh, and here's another thing. My watercolors, current watercolors, are made with, a normal. It's my own recipe. However, it is made with gum Arabic, two kinds of gum Arabic, because of the consistency that I'm looking for in the dots for me to be able to, have the dots free, you know, not just on a piece of paper where you can't get them off and throw them in a pan. Okay. So that's what I wanted. I didn't want them to be, you know, stuck to this piece of watercolor paper. That's what you have to have. If you want to put them in a travel pan and they stay there until you use them up, you'll be able to do that, and you didn't waste a bunch of the dot trying to get it all wet and pull it up off that watercolor paper. So there's a reason I use a dry gum arabic, and I use a liquid gum arabic, and so that way I get the consistency that I want. And then it has oxgall, glycerin, honey, and it's a honey that never hardens, and crystallizes over time. I did not want them in my watercolors because I didn't want that to happen to my watercolors when somebody would go stick them in a closet and, you know, store them for, you know, the whole summer, the whole winter, or whatever it is, and then come to them and they're going to have this crystallized texture. So the honey that I get never solidifies like that. It always stays moist. And there's only one kind of honeybee that makes it. So that might be a clue to you. And then it either has a synthetic oxgall or a real oxgall. I haven't split up the two for those vegans out there. So right now, I would just consider mine not being vegan watercolors, but I have used both. I feel that the synthetic oxgall makes the paint move a lot faster, but even with a synthetic oxgall, if it's a heavy pigment, you're not going to get it to move all that much. So it just depends. And I had to learn my pigments too. So the pigments I do use though are Williamsburg professional quality pigments. And pigments can vary from color to color, and that's why I'm swatching them up against each other because different suppliers get those pigments from, or different companies get those pigments from different suppliers all around the world, and obviously those pigments change in color from when they're what do I want to say, they're I can't think of it. Okay, well, whatever. They're just different, okay? They could be a little slightly different in color. They could be a little slightly different in texture and all that kind of good stuff. And then just distilled water. So nothing, and a little clove oil that helps with it's like an antiseptic, even though I use distilled water, but it'll, keep them in a dry place, not a moist place. Hopefully keep them, you keeping them in a moist place. I don't see any problem with it. If there was a problem with it, I would definitely replace them. But yeah, I haven't had any problem. I've been doing this for years, and it's in my basement. My basement, it gets moist sometimes, and I've never had any trouble with any mold growing. So just to let you know that. Okay, that way you know what's in them. But the reason why I was telling you that what's in them is I recently found a supplier, and I recently got a nice big batch of Aquazol, and I'll be making those and putting those out. And if it has Aquazol in it, I'll let you know. If it has gum arabic in it, I'll let you know. And then we'll see in the future whether I go with the Aquazol or gum arabic. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a huge factory, so I'm not gonna be able to make them like Core makes them, and maybe mine won't even compare to Core getting that, because I don't know how they're producing the pigment and the Aquazol and all that together. And like I said, we'll just see. We'll see. Maybe I'll stick to Arabic. Maybe I'll change completely to Aquazol. But I'm just letting you know, I did get a shipment of that in, and I'm going to start experimenting with that. All right, let's just move on. There's nothing else I have to tell you. We're already 30 minutes in, so let's get this wrapped up really quick, and I can get you guys on about your day unless you'd like to watch the next video. All right, so now we're on Core Ultramarine Pink. There we go. Let's see what that one's going to look like in the camera. I'll have to see, you know, if there's something I should adjust. I thought it looked a little bit different yesterday where you could clearly see it. Maybe I did push some of the different settings on my camera. Now, see, that actually looks like on camera what it looks like on the paper. It's that light pinky purpley color. So that was really weird with the Winsor Newton because it is quite purple. Like a great purple. It looks blue. All right. If you hear my son, it's spring break. He's up there on PS4, yelling, screaming, laughing, playing games with his friends. I could always hear him, but I don't know if you guys can hear him. You guys might not be able to hear it. Okay, so there's the Core Ultramarine Pink. Now you're going to see my Ultramarine Pink. But, you know, mine's, I just name it Raspberry because it looked like raspberry to me. Okay. Oh, and obviously I didn't wet it first. Like I said, same pigment, but it is gonna look a little bit different because they use a different dry pigment than I do. But there's that. But, you know, the biggest thing is what I'm trying to tell you is they're professional watercolors, and they look pigment load, creaminess, wet well. The flow on these, particularly if I showed you them on, you know, a bigger piece of paper, nice big puddle, touched to a puddle, you'd be able to see that. So it does do the same thing that Core does because I am now familiar with all the pigments and which are heavier and which are lighter, and that it's worth it for me to be able to put that synthetic oxgall in and shoot across the page. So I've been doing it for long enough to, you know where to put my money. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a Daniel Smith Amethyst Genuine. Now, obviously, my Blackberry is not an Amethyst Genuine, but I have mixed enough colors to try to get as close to the Amethyst Genuine. And this Amethyst Genuine, it is, you know, looks like there's mica in it. I'm pretty sure the Amethyst Genuine, their Amethyst Genuine, just, it doesn't have any mica in it. It's just part of, you know, the properties of that stone. And what's that look like? You know, that looks, I would say in person, it looks a lot deeper than it does on, but it's gorgeous. And the sparklies, I love the sparklies. Now in mine, I put a Pearlax in mine, which is, you know, just a colored mica or just the plain mica, which has no color in it. And that way it gives it that shimmer. And you have to consider the type of artwork that I do. A lot of my colors have mica in them, and that's because I do fantasy artwork. Um, but most of it, just a smidgen. I don't want everything glowing on my, on my artwork, but I do like when you walk past the painting and you get that little glitz. That's what I like. So it's completely moderate. It's good for everybody, and it's not something that it's going to jump out in your face. So there's that. All right. So, oh, let me put mine down. All right. So here's my blackberry. Blackberry. I'm serious. I cannot talk into this stuff at the same time, but I want to be able to give you guys as much information as possible. Bear with me, because maybe I'll figure out how to do the voiceovers. That way I don't have to talk and swatch at the same time, and can actually do those uh, separately, and it doesn't feel like, the video's taken years. Uh, I know there's 9-year-olds that know how to do voiceovers and make videos, and I don't know. It's because, I I know a lot about a computer, but nowadays I do just the simple stuff, and as I got older, just learning new programs. So there's there's Daniel Smith. Looks a lot more like a bluish purple, and it doesn't look like a bluish purple in person. Uh, they act this it does look a little bit lighter, where my blackberry does have the same glimmer in mica, but mine looks a lot more of a deeper purple. But pigment load, I think it's great. I think it's gorgeous. I think mine are comparable to other major brands on the market, and that's the thing. I got dots. They're $2 a dot. It doesn't cost me more for pans. The shipping is less. The pans is less. The wrapping them really pretty in nice foil and putting, my little. I'll probably have like better swatches made with an actual printed logo and all that. These I just needed to get them out there so I could take pictures of them and put them on the website, and that's what my process is right now. So, but I didn't have to do all those, running all those stickers and putting them together all like that. That is so time consuming and costs so much money. And obviously those companies, they got to pay workers in the factories. So, it's not just that they lease these giant machines that also are making them like perfectly and all that stuff, but they have to pay for all the bills, all the overhead. And that's what I wanted to eliminate, is all the overhead. So anybody can buy professional watercolors for a cheaper price, have a lot of colors. And that's another thing I'm going to discuss after we swatch these last two. Had one more thing to talk to you about, and then I'll let you go. I promise, I promise, I promise. Okay, so next is M Gram. M Gram is also made with honey. It's a very, very nice, rich color. And if you're looking for that bam right off the bat, M Gram is really pretty, really pretty. But just to let you know that it takes a little bit longer to kind of solidify because of the honey. So do mine. And that's why the dots are a little bit different formula. I make those with the added dry gum arabic, so that way they solidify faster. And I can literally have dots ready in 2 days, and not, if I did it, in like full pans and stuff like that, I'd have to do a few pourings, and between pourings, it has to be like a 2-week wait. So that's another reason why I add distilled water, is because if you didn't add water and you only use the gum arabic, the glycerin, the clove, and the honey, and the ox gall, well, that's going to take literally a couple of months to dry. So for the dots, you get it like that. If you wanted to get it in, and I'll let you know when those are available. So it could be like a tube consistency. That wouldn't take long at all to ship out, but in half pans or full pans, it just has to go through a drying process. It has to go through a pouring process. And because mine have honey in it, there's just a longer wait for those. And as far as kits go, I can tell you what colors I feel pair well together, but I'm not really gonna do like a winter collection kit, a summer collection kit, Thanksgiving collection kit. Pick the colors that you want. You get the tin depending on, how many dots you buy, or how many half pans you buy, or whatever. But it doesn't matter if you get dots or half pans. If you buy 12 dots, or I'm sorry. So if you buy 10 dots, you get the little one. If you buy 20 dots, you get the medium size one. And if you buy 30 dots, you get the large one. But if you buy the pans, so if you buy 4 half pans, you get the small one. If you buy 12 half pans, you get the medium tin. If you buy 24 half pans, you get the large tin. So that's how it works. I think that's fair. I think that's great for everybody. And everybody gets to have 100 colors. So you get to have 100 dots now. And you don't have to, how many, let's say you spent, went out and bought 100 tubes of a brand name watercolor. How much is that going to cost you? If you bought 100 dots, that's doable. And you can have 100 different colors. And it'll still last you long. And your favorite colors, you can come back and buy them in the half pans, in the full pans. All right. Because you'll know I'm the biggest chatterbox. And that's why it's probably good to do these live, is because when everybody starts realizing that I'm live, as they subscribe to me, again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the little bell so you can be notified when I have another video that comes out. I'll be doing them daily. A lot will be live, and I'll talk to you about Patreon next. All right, so here is my Aquanut Cobalt Violet. That was M. Graham Cobalt Violet. And let me show you. And I always because I'm trying to save time, dipping into the water and the color at the same time. And those look almost completely the same. Yeah, those look literally completely the same. I would say mine's a little bit warmer, theirs is a little bit cooler, and you can definitely see that. Okay, last but not least, Sennelier. And to me, let me tell you, if I do a review, because I got a couple of other handmade watercolors coming in that I like to go ahead and do a swatching and a review of. However, my reviews in no way don't answer what I think that's bad about it, because those are things that I don't talk about. What's bad to somebody else is good to me, and I feel like they all have their place. They just do. I'm sure somebody else's handmade watercolors, I might like for a completely different purpose, because of, maybe it's granulation, or maybe it's ability to layer, or maybe they're just making this wonderful. Love them all. I am not biased, because these are my Aquanut watercolors. If something else works for you, then that's absolutely fine. And that's just the way it should be. So don't ask me what I think is bad, or what I feel like I don't like about them. I'm here to tell you what the consistency is like. I'm here to tell you what it's like when I paint with them. And so you can see that as well. And you make your own choice. You make your own choices. The only difference between mine and those is that I can offer them professional watercolors at just a little bit of a better price, so everybody can afford them. And that's my brand. And I think it's just a wonderful idea. And if I didn't think it was a wonderful idea, I wouldn't be jumping on live on YouTube now, all over Facebook, manufacturing all these, because there's just too much competition for professional watercolors. And what makes me stand out, it's for you to try. And I've got an easier way for you to try more colors, a economical way for you to have more colors, and a lot more fun. That's how I see it. It's just fun. A lot more fun. Fun for everyone. Da da da. And I have one more fun thing to share with you. All right, so this is Sennelier's Bright Red, only because I didn't have a purple in Sennelier. And this was the first color I grabbed. So I'm like, okay, that'll work. I got a color like that. I got the exact same color. So this, they call theirs Bright Red. And let's see, just wanted to check the list. Yeah, this is their Sennelier. They're bright red. There's no rating on this pigment. I do have mine in the window, so I'm going to let you know a rating on the pigment. And I don't know how you rate it. You're just going to be able to see it visually up in my store, on my site, and all that stuff. So, dee. Okay. See? Shoots. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. And this is my French on red. So that one was so nice. My French on red. Sennelier, obviously, they don't have any little sparklies, and mine doesn't have a lot. It's really, hard to see it, but they're there, and you get it when you kind of move your head here or there just a little bit, but exact same colors. Exact same colors. They stain the same. They layer the same. So beautiful, 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 beautiful. You tell me what you think. I mean, is it worth it to buy a color for $2, try it out, and then tell me what you think? I want to know what you think. I really want to know what you think. So I hope you stop in. I'll let you know when the store is up. But what I decided to do, that my email is up there. And if you really want to try a color, if you do have a PayPal, you can email it to me, send you an invoice from PayPal. You can pay for it, and I will ship it out the same day. So there you go. Easy enough for now. before the store is even completely up. So there you go. 5 major brands, similar colors in my brand, great pigment load. All you got to do, touch them out of the tube, touch them out of the little I call mine buckets, buckets. So touch it out of little buckets. They're creamy, they're moist, they compare, a lot of pigment, and I hope you get some. I hope you enjoy some. However, one last thing before I let you go. I know you all got lies, and I don't, so anyway, I'm going to put my Patreon information below. Now, I don't look at Patreon as a, hey, look at me, I'm a starving artist, and come give me money sort of thing. And I don't even, I'm not saying anything bad about that at all, because there are people who their life's dream is to just travel around the world and paint some of the most remote places. And if we didn't have people that were willing to do that, we'd never be able to see some of the beautiful things that are out there with our own eyes. So to support people like that, that are willing to do that and want to do that sort of thing, because you wouldn't find me, trekking up a mountain to go paint something in who the heck knows where. No, no, no. They don't have a shower, and I don't have a camper, and da-da-da. No, yeah, I ain't doing it. I'm just, that's not me. But there are people that do that, and I totally, totally support their cause. Totally. Oh my God. Because then we wouldn't get to see those kinds of things or see somebody else's vision of what they saw. So, but I just don't view it in that way, just for myself. That's what I'm saying. So what I view it is, you're paying for a subscription, and you're getting a service and a tangible item. And so that way I'm going to go over what my, what my tiers are. I really don't want to call them rewards, because for me, they're not rewards. So for a $5 subscription, you're going to be able to get a bunch of free digital downloads that I'll have available to you. You also get a 10% discount on anything in the Xanadu art store at any time, and you're also invited to live weekly tutorials. So most of the tutorials, swatchings, will be live and for everybody to see. Okay, swatching and some small little projects, but for full live weekly tutorials, you must subscribe. Okay. And then, so for $10, you also receive everything in the $5 tier, but also you'll be able to submit your artwork by email using Xanadu T2 for tier 2. In the subject of your email, submit the piece of artwork that you did from one of my tutorials, and I will select a random winner once a month to receive an Aquanut watercolor art box. Now, in an Aquanut watercolor art box, it's going to be 10 Aquanut watercolor dots and an original illustration on premium watercolor paper by yours truly, and you'll get to play with that. I'll also have some instructions on how I would paint that watercolor, so you can also learn from that. But you obviously, you can paint it whatever color you want. It's yours to keep. And 10 new watercolors are great. And one lucky winner a month. I think that's awesome. So on, let's see. Oh, and now for the $15 a month. Best value so far. Okay. On the $15, you get everything above. Okay. But all these patrons on the $15 tier level will receive Aquanut watercolor art box every single month. That's 10 new watercolors every single month, and an illustration with instructions on how to color it every single month. But if you are part of the $15 tier, um, you are going to be excluded from the $10 tier to receive, to be picked as a winner, because we want those people to be able to, have something to look forward to, where you're already getting an art box a month for that. And so you're not going to be able to be part of the winners, get 2 art boxes a month. So we want to save those for those people. Everybody has to share. It's only fair. Um, so let's see. Oh, and then I have a $50 tier. Okay, so a $50 tier, you're going to enjoy all of the above. Okay, which is awesome. But you'll also receive in your art box a digital print of one of my artworks and hand signed. Like I said, as a part of your watercolor art box. So you'll get the free digital downloads, a 10% discount, an invite to live weekly tutorials, and your art box and a digital print signed by yours truly. That's awesome. So anyway, and then I have 2 more tiers. The next tier is for $100, and obviously it's all of the above, but plus I give you a one-on-one 1-hour tutorial weekly tutorial for 1 hour one-on-one. However, this one is only limited to 5 patrons. So it's basically first come, first serve. But I mean, that for all of that is an awesome value, because you get all the previous stuff plus 1 hour with me, so I can answer all your questions and help you through anything. And you can also use your Artbox watercolor page, so that way, if you have any questions, just using that, every single week we can go over that, and that way, maybe you have a better understanding with a one-on-one than you would, and it's to your schedule. So, I help I help try to meet with you on a weekly basis on a schedule that's good for you and good for me. So it's just awesome. I think that's an awesome one. Now, number 6. Number 6 will only be limited to 2 patrons a month, and that's on a first come, first serve. And what I like about this one is that there are people out there who maybe write children's books, or need an illustration for maybe maybe a logo or something that they're doing, or maybe they want something specifically made for, as a gift for some, for a family member, for a loved one, for whatever. So this one, for $200 a month. Okay. And with these 2, just so I can kind of get other people in, um, these will be, you'll be able to pay it as a one-time and not a monthly thing, I believe. I'm trying to figure that out, so bear with me. But that way everybody could get, uh, you know, get in on that or whatever. I'll try to figure it out. I haven't got that all black and white yet, so let me think about it, and let me read on a little bit more on how that whole thing works, because there's a way you could just pay a one-time thing, and there's a way you could pay monthly. Now, however, even as a one time, you want to help support this channel, that would be great. That would be very lovely. Oh my God, and that would be awesome. And obviously, I would be like so thankful. Everybody gets a thankful note for me with a little illustration. That's just something I throw in there, never know what it's gonna be, but it'll be there. But this one, you get any for $200, you get any 8 by 10 commission piece of artwork. I could just limit that to 2 patrons a month. All right, so let's say one month I didn't get anybody that requested anything like that, but there's somebody who said, "Hey, did anybody get on and that, do you have that booked or whatever?" But that's great for somebody who really needs like something special. It's only an 8 by 10. I can't do bigger than an 8 by 10. Otherwise, if somebody would say, "Yeah, I want a giant one from wall to wall in my living room for $200." I can't do that, but it can be as custom as you like. It can be for a loved one. It can be for maybe a business logo. It can be, whatever you'd like it to be. And that is a great value. So let's say you were even doing a children's book or something, you needed an 8 by 10 cover done for a children's book that you were writing. That $200 price is, I mean, great. Great to get exactly what you want. I mean, that is a perfect budget for somebody like that. That's even a perfect budget for a gift for anyone. Shows you care, and stuff like that. And if you have any suggestions that are like outside that box, you can discuss those with me at that time. All right, so I'm already into an hour. I went over that. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you stay for the next segment. Well, I'll be swatching out all 64 Aquanut watercolors, and I hope you enjoy that. And then after that, oh yeah, and I'll be doing one more segment unboxing everything that I just got from Deco Art. How exciting, how exciting. All right, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Like I said, hit that like button and hit that bell so you can be informed of upcoming videos. And any questions, please put them down below and head over to my Patreon and sign up for one of those tiers because every single one is a great value. I'll let you know when the store is up. If you have any questions about any materials or anything that I use, don't be afraid to email me, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. It's all the same. It's just one word, Xanadu Art Studio. So thanks so much, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.